So loyal to George, and I owe him so much. He at one time said, would you consider playing an Obi-Wan type character handing Excalibur down to the next generation? I said, when would that be? And at the time he said around 2011. I thought, gee, as much as I'd like to have a job lined up at the turn of the century, I was figuring out how old I'd be at that point, and I thought, well, I don't know.
Star Wars The Last Jedi is...
Alright, he was okay.
I went into this film...
expecting too much.
Yeah, I was not as hyped as I was for Force Awakens, because for Force Awakens I watched the trailers every day and built up my hype. But for this I didn't, because I was told about the spoiler in Force Awakens, that Han Solo dies, before I watched the film.
Oh, some people might not know.
Yeah, you ruined it now, James.
I've ruined it now. But I still loved the film when it came out. And I still do like that film. It's maybe not as good as it was when I watched it, but it's still good. And so I tried to avoid spoilers, tried to avoid everything. And I was pretty disappointed. I thought it was a good film. I thought there were elements that were amazing. I thought elements that worked. But there were a lot of bad parts. I think, I really did like there were some really effective scenes, and a lot of effective scenes, actually. A lot of scenes...
I think that the scenes that were effective kind of...
They were ruined by comedy.
Simple as that,
Simple
really.
as that. Yeah. Rian Johnson, you are shit at comedy. Let's just be honest. You are crap.
He's very bad.
Like J.J. Abrams in Force Awakens put some comedy in, and it worked. But then the move-in moments, he made serious. Rian Johnson makes the move-in moments into a fucking Twitter gif. The first scene with Luke. What he does, the gag, is made for a Twitter gif, isn't it? It's like when we say, "I hate Mondays." That's the gif. That is the gif. It's literally and I'm not going to spoil this because
I think the film's full of them as well.
I mean, I'm going to put minor spoilers in the title for this video, but
Okay.
I thought there were some really good bits. I thought it worked. At the moment, I'm giving it a 7 out of 10.
That's fair.
I think it's fair. Not as good as Force Awakens, but I think I may have preferred it to Rogue One. However, I can see why a lot of people do hate this film. Because Star Wars fans have been mixed between loving it and hating it.
Unless they're just dicks.
And I think
every single film.
I think I'm kind of in the middle.
Whoops, I did it again. Me, James Horsley. The notorious Colorline Productions, and the notorious Classy L / Awesome X Squad 1 2 3 4 5.
Hey, that's my
slash our.
That's our channel.
Our channel. Created.
Can I just say you did create Colorline Productions?
Yeah, I know. I am you. I am.
If I become rich and famous, I have to give you rights. Last Jedi, just just talk about it.
First of all, I gave it a 7 out of 10.
I thought you said 6.
I'm being nice. Okay. Right? I'm being generous because there was no substance, as Finn said.
Shut up.
Felt like one whole scene.
I said that.
No, he said that. I said it felt like 2 whole scenes.
2 whole scenes.
Because the subplot was a boring full scene.
It's like one long scene.
If you're gonna watch the film on DVD, skip any bits with the subplot in them because they're just boring.
Boring.
It's pointless. No, that whole how do I explain this without spoiling?
I know, it's so hard. I can't think of a way.
Describe the not the context of what's happening in the scene, but rather what the scene brings.
Actually, no, I know how to explain it. Necessarily, all of Snoke's scenes amazing.
Yeah, Snoke scenes are really, really good and really well done. I think that's what got the.
I think that literally is what gets the 7 stars.
Yeah. He looks like a smoking advert. Like have you seen the one with the woman's skin's falling off and she's giving it to the cashier and she's like, "Hey,
this is drugs.
This is drugs.
This is your brain."
Yeah. That's a fine. We've got Money.
Yeah. When Force Awakens started,
Yeah.
what did everyone do when Force Awakens came on and
No, I can't think.
everyone started clapping?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
When
Today?
it
Yeah.
no
yeah,
Force Awakens when we went to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah,
back-
everyone started
then
clapping when we were
that's
on it.
fucking-
Yeah.
then when it ended, what did everyone do?
Clap.
What happened when we went to see Last Jedi?
No one clapped to the start, and nobody clapped to the end.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens. I think that in the Force Awakens, the reason people might have stood up and clapped is because the whole hype. Because
it
they
being
had to
so
Star Wars
long.
film. You won't get
That's
ad revenue. Well,
sweet,
I'll give you one that's ad revenue friendly. It's like when you go to Morrison's, you get one of them chocolate mousses, which are like Morrison's everyday
Yeah.
value kind, and you expect them to be like nice, but they're not.
Yeah,
It's like that, but it's decent. It's like, oh, it wasn't as bad as I thought, but it's not good.
it's not like luxury,
Like
is
It's
it?
not a luxury, no.
Like mini milk.
Or let's just say it's like mini milks.
I think it was a good film. I thought there were good parts, but I didn't enjoy it as much as other ones. I thought it was better than Rogue One. I think Rogue One was quite a poor film,
Yeah.
but there were. I
was
don't
expecting
think I enjoyed it as much as my first showing of Force Awakens. I really want to say in my mind that I loved it, but I liked it, I guess. And the problem is that sounds like I'm being like really critical, but I really do love the Star Wars films. I've actually genuinely been considering making a Colorline Productions podcast.
I have been as well. I'm not like for you because I wanted to do something with you guys because I know you'd be
Yeah.
more interested in it. So,
Do it on Twitch stream.
What's your favourite Star Wars film?
Star Wars, The Clone Wars, the opening scene gets me every time.
I've never watched the Clone Wars.
Get out of my house.
Okay, I'm just scared. I apologise for this episode being very nerdy, but sometimes stuff like Star Wars kind of becomes very important to me because I love those films. In conclusion, I've came to the conclusion that I do like the film and it works in places. There's some amazing scenes and I can name loads, but I think I'd have to do that in a proper review. Yeah, it was a good film and there are a lot of scenes and it adds to the story. Some of the characters are a bit off of how I thought they would have been portrayed. The subplot is one of the worst bits about it. It doesn't work because it just feels pointless. And the comedy really annoyed me for some reason. And like in every film, you get a bit of comedy, like the bad comedy, and you're like, you just roll your eyes. But the problem is when you use comedy in scenes, you use them in scenes that aren't too important. You use them so that you can get a kick and be like, oh, that was a memorable moment. In this, they did it in scenes that should have given you goosebumps. And it was more like, oh, these will make good Twitter GIFs, as I mentioned earlier on. I could list maybe about 5, 6 scenes that would have given me goosebumps. Only one of those scenes gave me actual goosebumps in the film. Oh, and the ending, I hated. Not necessarily the ending of how it ends. The last scene, you know, the scene before the circle comes and it closes and the credits come up. Oh, I hated it so much. Oh, it was awful. What were they thinking? Oh, you could have ended it with the scene before. The scene was so pointless and stupid and it was so cringe. Oh, I don't think it was a bad film. I don't. Because I think it was good and I think it worked. I think just, there are moments in that film that are just wrong. Overall, I give Star Wars The Last Jedi a 7 out of 10. I think it's good, but I think it has many flaws. It had potential, and only half of that potential was done, essentially. As usual, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate the support I'm getting on this channel. If you did like, please leave a like, and if you want to, you could leave a comment. Yeah. Thanks, guys.